I'll take this opportunity to grab a drink out of the fridge real quick.
You motherfuckers, I can hear all of that. I was wondering because, I was in the middle of, I said my joke, and then he just bypassed it and started speaking right after.
It off again.
Down goes the mic.
Our tech maestros struggling. You hop on our struggle bus.
When I say Monday's business meeting is going to be interesting.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dad Strong. Holy shit. I didn't cough or pause or anything like that. So,
wait for
Q
it.
made.
You had to leave like, wait.
It made it.
I was like, I'm trying to manifest this shit right now. I think that's the first time ever. So, you know what? Maybe I should automatically, because Q, you said last week that every time that happens, it's a solid episode. So maybe it'll come into play here in a little bit. I don't know. Right? Turn your head and cough. Ooh, wrong episode. Too soon. Pause. So welcome to Dad Strong. We've got the trio here, myself, William, Tyler, Q. We're all here. If you're watching this video, Tyler might be a little paler than normal. We've got some lighting and some camera issues, and he's in a different spot than he normally is. So, it's just all good. We're representing all the people on this bad boy.
All the pigments. All the pigments. Let's go, gang.
We're basically the Skittles of men. That sounded weird. I'm sorry. I take that.
Yeah, where are you going with
I can support that.
I said it in my head, or it was coming out at the same time. I was like, yeah, that's going to be funny. Nope, that sure wasn't. My bad.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. So, if you're new here, we talk all things dads. We're going to talk about some dad jokes. We're going to get our dad wins and fails in, and we're going to continue on with our newest segment we started last week with What's New With You? Let's see if we can get that trending. And all basically just talking about anything that's new come up for us during this week. We're going to get into the topic as well. Today's topic is more on the lighthearted side once again, but things that we did as kids that would not fly today. So we are definitely on the older generation, and so there's a lot that could apply to. So if you are tuning in, we appreciate it. If you're new, you can find everything about us on dadstrong253.com, and we can go from there. So we'll talk a little bit more about that as we go on. So we're going to kick it off. We're going to start with our jokes. There are dad jokes. I guess the funny joke is, how do you know a joke becomes a dad joke? When it becomes apparent.
We just slide in, huh?
Hey,
he just slid that in there.
But they can be corny, they can be punny. We've done some of the dark humor side of things. So, and if you're listening, we'd love to hear them from you. Sharing is caring. So please let us know. Who wants to kick it off this week?
not me, sir.
You. And he's just on you.
Put that on me. All right. I was not even ready for this one, you guys. All right, shit. But how do rabbits travel? That's so stupid.
Through the airport?
Airplanes.
Airplanes.
Good, close. I told my doctor that I broke my arm in 2 places. He told me to stop going to those places.
I get that one. I got that one.
Man.
I had a whole list too. I restarted my phone. They are gone, buddy.
No,
right.
No.
All right, I'm on a 30-day diet. And so far, I've lost 15 days. If you know, you know.
Solid. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So
we get it.
Yeah. All right. So I used to hate facial hair. Then it grew on me.
That's a Tyler one. I get it.
Hey, do you guys know what the difference is between snow women and snow men?
I don't know. My mind went to the gutter on that one too.
I say something about a
Snowballs.
carrot.
did.
I don't know.
I
Snowball.
Snowballs.
Hey, why did the gym close down?
It's a loaded question right there.
It couldn't wait. I don't know.
Just didn't work out.
Okay.
Nice.
I got hit in the head with a can of soda. Lucky for me, it was a soft drink.
I like that one. Oh man. Hey, what kind of tea is hard to swallow?
Reality.
Whoa, you heard that with motherfucker. Touche. I feel like that was said.
So
right.
I took up origami for a while, but I had to quit because it was too much paperwork.
And that's like a real life thing though. You know?
Facts. Facts.
Like somebody make a crane, you can't get that fold. You forget this.
Man. So parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame they've never met before.
I like that one.
That's a good one. I like that one. Oh, what do you think? One more of each, or we'll go into our wins?
We do one more. We do one more. Is that my cue to go?
Sure.
Can February March?
No, but April May.
God, I know. I need a new book. Hey, y'all DM me some new dad jokes. We'll quit in the
Let's go,
book, guys.
He's filing them away.
You know what I'm saying? He got 3 copies of the 350 dad jokes.
Let's
Tyler, you
see.
got one?
Let's yeah. So I opened up a bakery that only sells bagels. Calling it Whole Foods.
Okay. Oh. So what you dropping on us, brother?
Oh, I got you. So I asked the librarian if they had any books about paranoia. You're muted, Will.
Oh, okay. That's probably what I missed.
Anyway, I went to ask a librarian if she had any books about paranoia, and she whispers to me, "They're right behind you." Yeah.
He said, hey. I like that. I like the reach. I get it. He said, she just knee slapped it. I swear you slapped the knee to make everybody laugh. Like, oh, I get it.
Nobody laughs harder at my jokes than me.
That's a true dad spec right there for real, though. You know, it's not a dad joke if you don't laugh at it first. I had one of them uncles that had like the real life dad jokes. And he always would laugh. So before the joke even came out, we're just laughing with him. And I don't think he ever finished any of those jokes. You know what I mean?
How about now? Can you guys hear me?
Hey,
you're back on board,
oh,
brother.
There we go. Apparently my microphone just shut off. That was weird. Hopefully that doesn't continue.
Oh, it's off again. I just saw the light go out. You got to plug that thing in, man.
Oh, yeah. Charge it.
You know, I charged it 3 weeks ago.
Right. Typical Will fashion.
Uh-huh. So Will. I'm imagining we'll probably just be cutting this part out, but you know.
Yeah. To pick your nose for free that I'm playing.
Yeah.
Like one rip. Like, that's B-roll, right? That's B-roll.
Yeah. I'll take this opportunity to grab a drink out of the fridge real quick.
You know, you motherfuckers, I can hear all of that.
You know, his show took that opportunity.
Seriously, he really did. Well, I was wondering because, like, I was in the middle of, I said my joke, and then he just like bypassed it and started speaking right out.
Oh, turned it off again.
Down goes the mic.
Our tech maestro's struggling. You hop on their
Right.
struggle bus queue.
Who's the tech?
Yeah, call.
When I say Monday's business meeting is gonna be interesting.
Will, aka
Like-
tech support.
Right.
I hate both of you right now.
Letting him be at the little thing with the pointer. See, this is where the numbers went down. See, this is where we need
he's
you
over
to
here.
be.
Right here now. Where's my pointer? Hold on. Oh, where's my hand at?
When the mic dropped, that's where you plug it in.
You take the cord and
now
you go
you're back
into
active.
I know, but the microphone is not working.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear the echo.
Echo.
And it actually stopped recording and then started back up again.
Cool.
Right? Yeah, this is a complete shit show.
See, you should have coughed. That's what happened when you don't cough. See what
You know
happens?
what? You're not wrong.
You
You're not
sabotaged
wrong.
us.
You're not
I'm just
wrong.
gonna get some weightlifting in here real quick.
Let's go.
I hit my
God damn it.
weight limit
Yeah.
over the doctor. Nothing past that.
I hate both of you right now. That's what my ass gets for not
Hey,
charging
Hey,
shit.
Tyler's on a roll right now, bro.
He really is. He really is. There's nothing I can do except just
Right. Like, lost in distraught over there.
right.
What
And
was
this when
that
it goes to that
movie?
1950s. Here we have technical differences. We'll be with you in a moment. Then you got that
What was the
100%.
movie back in the day that it wasn't back? It's probably like 10 plus years ago now. But like these kids were trying to
back in
start
the
a
day,
band
bro.
or whatever. Yeah, but they were trying to start a band. But the dude didn't know he was on like video conference. So he's like up in his attic, like naked behind his drum set drumming, and it goes viral because of that. Oh fuck, what's it called?
Not the one with Jack Black, huh?
No, it's Rainn Wilson, I think his name was. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm just going to pick up where we left off because I don't know when the fuck it stopped working, but whatever. I don't give a shit. We're just going to run with it. And I'm going to splice this shit together. So if you're watching or listening,
As-
there's going to be a lovely pause and you'll hear technical difficulties and fuck it.
All right.
Anyways, so I'm going to continue with my joke because I didn't get my joke in before Tyler went off on a whole tangent of all this shit.
Is that the universe telling
no,
you,
how do you-
like, never mind?
What?
Is that the universe telling you, like, never mind?
I don't know.
Actually.
You know, it's actually I don't fucking know. So, no, the joke that I had was, why can't you hear a pterodactyl using the bathroom?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because the P is silent.
touche.
Mm-hmm. It was worth the wait, I'll tell you.
Well, you know what? They will never know that there was a wait. All right. So those are our jokes for this week. We'll have some more to end the show as well as we do every single week. If you have any, please share, please share, please share. All right, we're going to get into the next topic is going to be dad wins and fails. Wins or fails or both. Excuse me. So you can have, like I said, one or the other, or if not both, and we'll go from there. So who wants to start it off? Anybody? Bueller?
I would say I jump in the boat, man. You know, it was a
Do you have
week.
another dog catcher truck to get rid of?
Nah, only one of those. You know, only one truck. But yeah, I
I'm
just said
gonna spend a
the
bottle
dad
of hot
win
sauce
is.
next.
And you got to go to Retro Cucamonga. You know, the home of the KKK
Oh,
cracker
yeah,
killers.
yeah.
But no, dad win. You know, it's birthday season for me. You know, damn near all my kids' birthdays in May. So another successful weekend in the books. To my daughter, nice 17. I said 15. Man, I'm losing numbers. But
Wow, you don't
17th
even know
birthday. I
anymore.
know. Look, I just wait till they tell me, "Yeah, it's my 18th." I'm like, "Yep, I knew it." Got to change to get the card number on the card. You feel me? But nah, man, there's another one in
Change
the
the locks.
books.
You get out
You
on your
feel me?
own.
No, me. So just so know, they one bag away from being put out. But man, another great day, man. To watch my daughter have a beautiful day. She had a couple friends come over, kind of just like what they call it, DIY, when you make everything yourself, whatever that
Oh,
is.
DIY.
Yeah, DIY. So the kind of
Would you
DIY,
say
like off a photo
DYI?
something like that. One of those acronyms.
Is that a white person acronym right there?
That's one of them.
You never picked something at
Hey,
home before?
you were supposed to come save me in that one. Like, nah, Q was this brother. I'm like, yes.
Do it yourself. That's a
He said,
Makes sense. All this time. I just thought, hey, they put 3 letters together, like that's what we're gonna call it. But yeah, man.
I'm just gonna
So
let that one
dad
duck
win.
roll, man.
I know. But yeah, man, just to be able to, man, you know, provide and be able to let all that happen, just a bunch of smiles, man. It just turned out to be a nice day today. As you see, Washington, it started off ugly. The sun broke. All it is had to cook and be here. So dad win for the week. No fails really, because like I said, summer with teenagers, they're doing their own thing.
Get it?
nice. Like it.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
having
man.
all types of technical difficulties over here. Jesus Christ.
And happy birthday to your young one.
Yes, happy
Appreciate
birthday
you.
for sure.
Thank you. We got one more, fellas.
Who
And
knows?
it makes it sound like I got just one more that I know of.
No, after that, you just gotta take him to dinner, man. That's
Yeah.
You know? See, it was a lot easier when they were littler. I just threw everybody one big party. Nobody knew the difference. You know what I mean? That was
all in,
I want
man.
my own. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
big one. Buy one cake with 3 names. It was easy.
Wow.
I'll jump in next. I think my dad win this week is wife and I were trying to discuss on how to make this sport stuff to be a little more like family oriented or make it more of like an occasion. So like this today we had a track meet up all the way up in Sammamish, and we decided to get a hotel up there the night before, you know, made sure it had a pool, and went up, you know, last night and went out and got some dinner, and then did like a whole hangout at the pool thing. Kids thought it was a blast, and I don't know, just tried to make it a little more of a an event than just like that. Okay, we got to wake up at 6 a.m. to make it here on time, and you know, feeling like a big rush. So I think that was kind of our attempt. So it was a win in the sense that we actually did it. Not so much of a win trying to have everybody sleep in the same room and wake up still feeling tired as you know. So
It was
we
definitely
might have to
So we did
find some different sleeping arrangements next time, but you know, we're
some
working on it.
extra
Yeah.
planning to do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Still
good,
in
though.
the
Right.
works.
Did they seem to enjoy it?
Oh yeah, man. They did. We
Good.
we're chilling in the pool, you know, tried to make up some games for them. You know, they're starting to get bored. So like we had a couple of like those balls that like skip across water. But
Oh,
I don't
like the
know,
really soft
like they
ones?
had sort of. No, these ones are like the old school like gel style, like what were they called? Like smoosh balls or something like that.
Oh,
I remember if you
yeah.
got beamed with them, it hurt. But no, we were doing
Lord.
like target practice style games. You know, like they had those life preserver rings. We'd hang them up on the wall, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, you had 5 throws. You know, games like that to just keep them entertained while they're being little fish.
Right?
There's
Absolutely.
say it
just
was
something
I'd
about like
say it
a
was a win.
hotel pool that just gives
Mhm.
kids ecstatic, bro. I
Oh,
swear.
yeah. Just
And,
sleeping somewhere else too, like, I
Hmm.
don't know.
yeah.
And that's
And then
like kind of what we
and
do.
then you go to the
Like,
pool and like all the chlorine.
yeah, every
Oh,
time.
jeez, dude, my eyes are still dry.
Yeah, I was about to say, be burning
I
in the,
I
the pool rooms.
I only stuck my head underwater once, and they're still dry. I didn't do the kid thing where you're, like, trying to look underwater either, you know? Marco Polo, like, come up all
Yeah,
bloodshot.
right. I just want you to know that Q held up the coughing bit for us, so we should be good to go now.
Oh, me, there we go. Lock
He
back
was like
in.
dying right there. So,
Mhm.
well, that's good. I'm glad that went well. Good win for sure.
It went well enough.
Well enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that, I mean, it's been an ongoing thing I've talked about every week with my son and his like outbursts to some degree. So there was another little bit of a one, but it seems to be like improving. So I'm going to take that as a win, but it's, um once again, he does his homework on his own, which is really good. I don't think I had anything really memorable that stood out this week. Oh, actually, no, there was. It's definitely his win for sure than a dad win, but it's a dad proud moment. Let's put it that way. So it's very victory. But in jujitsu, he had his first takedown of somebody that was slightly bigger than him, and he was really pumped up for it. And I think I talked about this, but he's learned how to do his headstands now in the corner of the room, so he has two walls to hold him up. So that was impressive. But I think I've talked about this. They do what's called thunderball, so they have to run back and forth on the mat, and they throw this like basically the ab Swiss ball around. It's slightly deflated, and kids get taken out. And today actually, he was the last one. He's never been the last one. He's made it to like top 5, but then it came down to
Okay.
the two coaches and him, and his smile was so big, and he was running all over the place, and he was just like dodging. I mean, even the coach called him out for like a good move. Like this kid had some serious breaks. All of a sudden, that ball came flying. He said, "It stopped." And that ball went, and the coach was like, "Oh." And he'd spun move out of one. So those are definitely
Okay.
more his wins than mine. But it was really cool to see. Very proud moment to have with him in those. So takedown and being number one in Thunderball. So those are, I'm gonna call those my
Man,
wins because there wasn't anything else.
we might have
Yeah.
to
You
start
gotta take those.
a new section of, brag on your kids for the
Right.
week, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, me, I brag on mine all day, boy. Oh, me.
Yeah. I'll take
But
the little
congrats to
wins
Little
here.
Will.
Yeah.
Congrats to Little Will on his thing, you know?
We're just gonna continue with that trend.
Hey, it's forever.
Forever.
She's
Forever,
like,
ever?
Mr. Q, I have a name like Little Will.
I
I know
know.
he's probably gonna look at you when you say that to him next time you see him, and he's gonna be like, "Huh?" Or he'll correct you immediately because I call him like just goofy names half the time. And
He
I'm
always
like,
gives
"Oh,
me a
like
nice little side eye when I say, like, when I see him today
yeah,
this morning. I said, "Ah, Little
yeah,
Will."
yeah."
He
He's
just
just
said,
like,
yeah, he
"Don't
said,
talk to me. I'm playing a
Mhm.
game."
Yeah, let me tell you
So
about all these
awesome.
monkeys.
Wait, what? Oh, the game.
Yeah.
"Oh, okay. I just got it. You're gonna get canceled for that one, sir."
That's why I was confused because Q was
Games
talking
called
about how he
Monkey
was talking
Island
to
or
him.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking to him this morning, and you're like, "Yeah, what's up with all these monkeys?" Pardon me? What?
You didn't know your 5-year-old was secretly racist already? That's
I mean, you know, he is my son, so there's
they say
probably some
they
She
shit
said,
learned
"I
it
that's
get
from
it
gonna.
their
from my
dad.
daddy." I was about to
Yeah,
say, that I get it from Pop Pop.
yep. There's gonna be a day where he's gonna say something. I'm like, oh fuck,
Mm,
yeah, that's from me,
that was
100%.
that was mine.
Yeah. All right, so there's our dad wins and fails, for the week. If you have any while you're listening to this, please let us know. We'd love to share them. Actually, I think I'm going to post this week a topic, and maybe we get some responses on it. So definitely for the wins and fails, but it literally popped in my head as we were talking for whatever reason. But like maybe something we talk about. What's the worst parenting advice you've ever had? So maybe that's something we talk about in the future. So we get some participation on that one. All right, so we started this last week kind of as a joke, but we enjoyed it when we were talking about it, at least prepping it. So new segment starting is what's new with you? The premise is behind so what's new with you? Yeah, it can be anything, maybe new movie, new book, new song, new activity, kids' new activities, whatever the case it is. We're going to share it and talk about it and kind of go from there. So, yeah. Wait, let me back up. So,
So you need like reading glasses on,
Yeah. What's new with you? Oh, you see, you want glasses? Hold on, I got this. Break these bad boys out.
Oh, you just got like 5 IQ points higher.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got to toss them.
Except that you can see the reflection of the goddamn light.
Let me see some googly eyes going.
Right. So yeah, who wants to kick it off? I mean, I got a good one. It's an easy one. So, but
yeah, let's
get it. Kick it off.
My new just happened today. There is a new Thai restaurant in Tacoma. If you're in the area, it's called Sai's Kitchen. SAI apostrophe S Kitchen. It's right off of Center Street. Little joint. Can hold maybe, I don't know, 12 to 15 people max in there for seating. Definitely a Thai lady in there. Really, really good food. I'm thoroughly impressed. I have leftovers for the next 2 days. But that was not that it's, I eat Thai food all the time, but this was one of those ones where it's like, oh, it's like my mom just made this. So, really, really good, reasonable price. Like, I mean, I went there and we ordered, I was with Alexis and we ordered a lot. We basically tried anything and everything you could have on the menu. Now, the nice thing is the menu is limited because they are new, but so you got your fan favorites like pad see ew, pad thai, soups, curries, and then fried rice. That's basically it, besides appetizers and stuff like that. So,
That's how it should be. Do that, do it well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was we had some mango sticky rice at the end. Yeah, really, really good. Highly recommend. So that's my new thing for the week. Saw it today and went today. So there you go.
Nice, man.
Salute. Let's see. I can jump right in. What was new with me? Let's say I went to my first kakia, kayaking, and canoe racing this weekend for an event for work. And it was an interesting thing to see these people paddle these boats.
Can you repeat it? I'm not trying to be funny. I really did not hear the first part.
It's cuckoo.
Kakia. I don't know if I said it right, so I was just gonna blaze over it. So now you want to draw attention to it. I appreciate it. So any Hawaiians or Islanders, I tried my best. Please take it easy on me in the comments. But yeah, so I was out there, man. It was like it was a cultural thing. You had to be there. I'm not even gonna attempt the word no more. But I'm just the experience was cool though, man. Islanders are always great people, man, very friendly and inviting. Food's always delicious. And man, I just see some people well off in their late like I don't know, like a master or a seaman, went by your age group like you're like 60. They would have people racing from their 70s all the way down to like 4-year-olds doing 1,500 meters, bro. Like in that little kayak just pushing,
Was this like some of the dragon boat racing?
Nah, it was just kayaks. Just kayaks, So I guess they do a couple events throughout the season. And yeah, I kind of got the history of how it started. It was outlawed by America. So the Hawaiian, like a kayak group, went around across the world. And how it started in Tacoma, we didn't have a club like to welcome them as they were just bracing harbors and things like that. So it started like 96 or 97. They went out there, created the club, and they've been doing it ever since. So definitely
Nice.
support. So I'm thinking about jumping in a race.
No,
Oh,
okay. You could pull a hammy.
in a kayak?
You know what? It's possible. I don't know if Q would have it happen, but somehow I think
Have
if
you
I
ever
got one,
have
I'd
you
pull
ever
a
been in a
hamstring.
kayak, Will?
Yes.
maybe getting in the kayak, you can pull that
That's what I'm
hammy.
saying. If there's a
Okay.
way, I will probably find it. Okay. So
Okay. The first ever hold hammy in a kayak.
You said pull a
I
heavy.
mean, yeah,
You're not
I
using
might.
that muscle.
I might. I mean, with the way my knees are right now, that something might happen. So my wine
Yeah.
baker sis, you fucks.
Your wine sack.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, wonder why he stopped
Jesus
paddling. Well, he's out there having a good time,
He's
just floating the drink.
it's the wine. It's keeping him buoyant. So, yeah. All right, Tyler. What about you? What's new with you?
Off
Get
of
all
a
creepy.
recommendation from a client a while back, and due to boredom around the house at the time, I started a audiobook. It's a goofy one, but I find it pretty entertaining. It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. And
All right.
as far as an audiobook goes, though, like if you're looking for something you don't have to like focus on, or you're not really trying to learn a lesson, anything like that, the story's funny, it's entertaining,
Nice.
interesting concept for anybody that's like grew up playing any sort of video games or something like that. I'd recommend it.
Okay.
Second, got two of them. The other one was this was for Mother's Day, so it's kind of within parameters a little bit, right? But went to a Tacoma Glass Studio over at Proctor, and we did like an art project deal over there where you make these little like stained glass windows. You're filling in the space with glass pieces and pouring epoxy over them, and I found it to be kind of nice to be able to actually have a moment where you had to sit down and you had to do a project, so it didn't feel like
Oh yeah.
when you're trying to set stuff up like that at home, and you're making messes and like you're thinking about the cleanup and all the other stuff. It was nice because like here you just did your thing, you handed it over to him, and like, all right, and call me when it's finished, So
Nice.
as far as like a project to do with like a spouse or kids or something like that, I thought it was great. So
Okay.
yeah, those are
I
my
like
those
it.
are my two.
Dig it. There you go. Speaking of just squirrel brain that I have, when you were saying that, the thing that popped in my head that we should do, and we can make it an event and film it and stuff like that. But we can go down to Seattle, up to Seattle, and they have their kind of like forged in fire type of
Oh
thing.
yeah,
So we can go and like take a
blacksmith,
railroad tie and turn it into a knife.
little kniff training.
Training. Anyways, so something to consider. Maybe we'll make that an event. So, I don't think I've seen Q more disinterested. When I said that, he was like, "Some white people shit."
I
Right
was just gonna save it for Google later. You had to put me on blast. I was definitely gonna Google like, that's what they were talking about. I could join that shit. No, don't put me on blast, sir. Yeah,
Just catching
I
him.
don't have to because people will watch this and go,
Stickers over his
Yep.
eyes, like he's open.
yeah.
like,
I was definitely reaching for the phone, like, could diff.
Q hit with the. He had that lean back. He was like,
Oh,
Niff. Again,
like-
phonetics, right? That's
Yeah, we're just
K-N-I.
Q. We're just gonna go
Look.
there and hammer some hot metal and sweat our asses off, and then we come out with a cool knife saying, "I built that shit." So,
say less.
Anyways, all right. Well, that's our "What's New with You" segment. Hashtag "What's New with You." We're gonna have that trending. If there's anything you guys have tried, something new, food, books, movies, whatever the case is, please share it. We want to know. So, and we definitely want to hear more from our community with this. Anyways, okay, so that is everything for tonight. The intros, we got all the things. We're gonna get into it. So today's topic,
Hold on.
yes,
I got
sir,
one
you
more
in the
thing.
back.
With that little segment or whatever with the what's new with you, like I find that I've been appreciating it a little bit because like I don't know about you guys, but I see stuff online now. Like if I'm on Instagram or any of the other apps, and like half the time I don't believe what I'm seeing anymore. Like so they'll do something cool, like, oh, that looks like a cool product. And I'll
Yeah,
look into it. I'm like, oh, it's still a Kickstarter, or oh, it's like, somewhere in like Pennsylvania. Or I'm like, all right. So it is kind of nice to know that, like, at least with you two guys here, like I know what you're talking about is
yeah.
nearby. I like Thai food, so I'm gonna go and check that
I
place out
mean,
soon. So
look, yeah, it's legit. It's
might
the
be
real
tomorrow.
deal. So there you go. Q, I'll bring you some leftovers. You could try it firsthand because I got so much of it. Jesus Christ.
First hand leftovers.
Wow. Why you got to make it sound so bad?
Top of the line. He said an original packaging.
He's all bring.
Well, if he can't make it there, I'm just gonna do my brother a solid and be like, "Here's some food. Try it out." I'm trying to help him out. He's working those long hours now, man.
I'll bring you some for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Q's Monday through Friday now is like 15 hours at the gym.
Yeah.
Officially.
No means no. No means no.
I mean, as long as they paying, the paychecks.
Yeah. No. Well, we already. Anyways, that side tangent for sure. All right. So today's topic, like I said, we're keeping it a little bit lighthearted. As we did, but these are all things that we have done growing up, that probably shouldn't have, or definitely would not fly if they happened today. So, yeah.
Does it count if it didn't really fly back then either? Like, I don't know.
Probably. Or you know what? There were some things like I've talked about this. Like there's certain, for example, movies, right? There's certain movies that we all grew up with that are just pure comedy or whatever the case is, and you probably couldn't make that shit now and without some pushback, or even growing up, there's certain things that you didn't do, whatever the case is, that maybe so he would either get, I mean I think about it like as parents, right? So I don't know about you guys, but when I lived in Florida, I was young enough but old enough to ride my bike everywhere, like rode it into school. It wasn't like a short trip, but rode my bike with my friends every single place. So we just kind of run the neighborhood to some degree.
That was the first
and
one on my
definitely grew
list.
up with that whole like, don't come home until the streetlights, or you got to get home before the streetlights get on. Definitely from that. And then even if you tried to come home before then, you could only take a quick pause because they were like, I got hit with a few times. If you come inside, you ain't going back outside. So you're like, nope, that's not happening. Or even like, yep. Or even like drinking from random houses, hose lines. But I remember the one, so in Florida, more people had pools. Well, it's hotter than blazes out there. And I lived in North Florida. It's still hotter than hell. And I just remember like me and a couple of the homies riding our bikes and literally going door to door at the age of 12, saying, hey, it's really hot. Can we jump in your pool real quick? That's all we wanted to do. And, it's like, you might get killed if you do that nowadays, or the cops are going to get called on you for harassing. And, let alone if you happen to be a really, I was really dark back then. So if I'm, a brown kid shows up on a white person's doorstep now, that's going to look sideways. I don't know.
In the South?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in Florida. I mean, out here, probably not such a big deal, but down there it was like, because you think most people had pools, but in the neighborhood I lived in, not everybody had pools. So there's only a select few, but it wasn't a people of color. It's like randomly knocking on these doors and or like riding bikes and then falling, and then you have to like, you're so far from home, but you didn't have a phone, so you couldn't call, so you're like coming back basically broken limbs.
having to hobble back with like a skinned up knee. Like, yeah, that built some character right there. Is what that did,
Oh yeah, yeah.
man.
So those are kind of like my main ones that I had growing up to some degree.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, I think nowadays, like, if kids are gonna go out riding bikes, at least, mine are still, 11 and under. But if they're going somewhere, it's usually within like, they're just getting to the point now where it's like, okay, the elementary school is a mile away. All right, you got three or more of you. Go ahead, you can go over there play for a bit. But they got to watch so you can like text them or communicate or a phone. But like,
Right.
I'm thinking like at 11, I probably was only supposed to go about a mile away from the house, but I was like taking my BMX, riding up Lee Hill, um, to the top and then riding down like in the middle of the street, like as fast as the cars, just front wheel,
invincible.
doing like the wobble,
Yeah, yeah.
or like
Yeah.
we rigged up a bike down at the Green River and put some like foam padding around it and then tied a rope to it so you could like ride down this little hill, go off of a ramp and like fly out in the middle of the river and then tow the bike back in and
No.
uh I I think of that little bit of freedom. I wish it was a little bit more available these days, and I see some kids out and about, like, all over the place, right? But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's
What's your
hard.
guys' feelings on that? Because I mean, like, shit wasn't necessarily safe back then either, there were still creepy people. Like, I know, one of my buddies remembers, like, having a van pull up to our group and, uh, open up the door, be like, "Hey, guys, you need a ride back?" Like,
Right.
uh like, no. Just or random, like, just coming into, like, random, like, weird encounters with, you know, scraggly people out and about, like, there were some
Yeah,
sketchy
I don't
moments,
know.
but, like, yeah,
I feel like, and this is my perspective, but when we grew up, obviously there was no streaming, right? So it was TV that you did watch. And like, the whole nightly news, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are type of shit? But also like there
mhm,
were those other commercials that, like the infamous, this is your brain with the egg and this is your brain on drugs commercial, right? Like,
yep,
I don't know about y'all, but that hit for me for whatever reason. And it was
really?
always talked about of like, hey, don't talk to these people, whatever, be mindful, yada, yada, yada. And nowadays, like that doesn't, I have those
Real
conversations with my kid. I'm sure you guys have had those conversations with your kids too, but it also seems like it's kind of non-existent. Like there's no other sources out there that are really educating things. I feel like our generation had more street savvy is kind of how I feel is, because we
Or I
didn't
think they
have
spend more
things
time
like,
because you're actually out in the streets, like, riding around and
you're
being
right,
Right.
but there
reckless.
was no,
I was gonna say when we used
no
to see those
internet to say,
commercials,
hey, do this,
this used to
interact
be
this
funny.
way. Hey, that neighborhood is bad. Like you knew if that neighborhood was sketchy because like you went in there and you're like, I
Shit, I
immediately
grew up in
don't
a
feel.
sketchy neighborhood, so I was definitely. We wish a
He
nigga
said I
would.
was the one
We
staring
would.
at you when
We
you
wish
rode
you
your bike
motherfucker.
through.
Nah, we probably already stole that bitch while you want to play. You feel me? Spray painted it and rode it back through your neighborhood. Like, wish you would say something. Yeah,
You know
no.
what? If that's the case, Q,
One of
then that's
those.
karma. That's karma saying that all the times you bought bikes for your kids and they don't use them.
That's probably right. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And look, we had to get around Hosmer some way. Yeah, no, and it might have been
He
your
said,
bike.
we taking everything. Now that I'm a father, what you mean you don't want this bike? Damn it.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You want your kid to
Nah,
use
my
the
thing
bike,
is,
just load it up in the car, load them in the car, drive like a couple miles down the road, have them both get out, bike and kid, and then just drive off. All right, I'm gonna make it home.
Yeah,
You can
right.
them use their bike.
right.
In the meantime, you're straight panicking.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You only drive like a quarter mile down, like watching them.
I'll prove a point, but only to some
Yeah.
degree. So
Yeah, don't do something stupid.
yeah.
Right.
Uh,
This little
Yeah,
different. Yeah,
man.
man, like, things we
I
used to do,
miss
like,
that
playing, like, whole
adventure.
neighborhood games of Manhunt. Do you ever used to play that?
Mhm.
Manhunt used to be like, we get the whole neighborhood, go to the
I
neighbor
honestly, I'm
neighborhood,
unfamiliar with that game, so
I don't know if
but
I
it's
called
just
it
like
Manhunt.
it was like the aggressive version of tag. Like, it'd be you had to play that night or, like, in
oh,
the big flat area, and it's like capture the flag, but there was no flag. You just caught the other team and kinda fake jump somebody, or you just capture them, whatever your neighborhood was. Like, every neighborhood I
okay.
lived in. Yeah, because like,
Jesus.
when I learned it, like, we was jumping the other like, with the older kids, they would always pick on us, so, like, the teenagers were like, "Yeah, we'll catch you guys, we'll jump you guys." So,
Oh,
it never
Lord.
happened,
Right.
but, that was the fear, so, we're running, you imagine with your little eight-year-old friend, like, "Oh, we can't let Big Timmy catch us." We're hopping fences, running through the neighborhood just to get to wherever the base was, and there's normally
Right.
like somebody's front door or somebody's
Mm,
backyard, you had to sneak and get there, all through the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and like you said, now you
Okay.
can't do that.
yeah.
Somebody ring
Uh-uh.
lights catching on. Not everybody's with the kids playing in their yards no more like normal.
Yeah.
Especially every neighborhood I lived in, like it's just
I
parents.
was
It
I
feel like
remember
it's
going
more
to
of
a
the
buddy's
parents.
house was half the time going to his house, I would just hop a couple of fences to get there. It was quicker than going around the block.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah. You knew the ones you
Yeah.
could, like, I'm about to hop this
yeah,
one, big this
yeah.
corner.
Check.
There's a
Is the
hole in
dog
this
out?
fence.
Nope.
Yeah. Hey, we're good. Come on, come on.
Yeah, I remember, like, when I was in Florida, but when I moved up to Washington, and I was, like, starting high school, whatever, I lived kinda out in the country, so the neighborhood I lived in, there was the only neighborhood, everything else was, like, farmland, so there was probably, like, 8 houses in our neighborhood, and only 2 other kids that were boys that were, like, my age, one was younger than us, but, the mischief that we got into, it's like, hopping fences was one thing, and then we went to the small airport was across the street from us that had trails, and so we would go there and try to like see what we could see in airplanes and do things that definitely would be considered breaking and entering
Mhm.
to
Yeah,
some
there's
Yeah.
degree.
there's quite
We used to
And
be
it
in
was
quite
like
abandoned
a few
houses.
moments of that. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to
yeah,
have
wee
abandoned
hours in the
houses.
morning,
Just some
We're
just
in
some
there.
light B&E. Just some light B&E. Don't worry
Yeah.
about
no big deal,
it.
nothing like having a sleepover, and then you like, whose house can we sneak out of the easiest and go get into some shit?
I don't
So,
know. See, I grew up in black households. That was no sneaking out happening there, brother.
well, I say that because my house was not one of those houses we could do
Okay,
that.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
it. We get the ass
And I
whooping.
have, speaking of funny story for that, I snuck out one night, and I went to the
You
neighbor's
bold.
house, and I was like, cool. And I think we were just taking like shots or something, like something stupid. We weren't going to do anything other than have alcohol. I remember I snuck out and I came back, and my bedroom was on the back of the house, and I came around the corner, and my light is on in my room. And I was like confused, like, did I leave my light on? I
Yeah.
don't think I left my light on. And I remember getting to the window. I'm paranoid as fuck now. And I'm just like, so I get below the windowsill and I start to like, do one of these numbers. I look in the room, do a quick scan. I don't see anybody. I'm like, oh, I'm in the clear. So I pop up full of like, okay, let me move the window. I move the window. My mom is staring at me through the crack of the door.
I would have died that
I've
day.
never been more afraid in my life, other than when she threatened to hit me with a knife. I was like,
I think I would have run
ah.
away.
She's like,
Oh,
what did
I
you go
just
no.
do? I
pure,
go,
just pure panic. I would have just turned around and ran again. Like, oh shit, I'm caught. I'm
Yeah.
caught.
May as well stay
I'm out.
now.
Pure panic. Yeah, I
yeah,
was enjoying the
May as
rest
well
of the
s
night.
may as
yeah.
well just
It
keep
was one of those
staying
ones
out.
like, you need to go to bed because I'm going to bed, and I'll tell your father in the morning. I was like, ooh, 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 and just pray to God nothing happened. And I caught an ass whooping the next day, but still.
Yeah. Man, in my teenage years, man, I've been there, man. You just took me on PTSD when the street lights came on. Like, I used to
Yep.
have this one street light. It was always on a delayed timer. You as a kid, you be like, I got this down to a science. Like, okay, your light comes on, I get back 4 minutes, get to my light come on. There's one time, man, I'm walking through the door. I'm like, yeah, I got this. I just happened to hear my mom was like, "Yeah." So as he walked in, "Where's my belt?" I was like, "Well, y'all want to go back to the party?" Like, because if I'm about to get grounded and get beat, bro. I'm about to go enjoy this night. Fucking- but let's talk about surviving the all metal playgrounds, bro. You remember
Oh,
those?
Ooh,
The
ooh, the lava
merry-go-rounds.
yeah,
slides, the lava
the
Hey,
slides,
remember
slides,
man.
the
what?
slides.
I used to slide down that
Wait,
playing like slide bumper cars too. You done it? Skeet, skeet, skeet.
And then
uh-huh,
the heat,
uh-huh.
I would like come off, touch that
What?
thing, and be as dark as Q.
Oh
Yeah,
man, you can never be
just,
this great, brother. Just never.
just,
No, God permits
just
His special
calloused
ones.
ass cheeks, like.
Fact.
We had
Hey,
this
you never see
little
me like
part.
in that Florida sun dark. That's a whole different. That's a whole other
Yeah, I
will right
bet.
there.
Yeah,
If I get any
we had
type of sun,
this.
you'd be like, "Oh shit!"
No, well, let's get out in the sunshine this summer, man.
I
Uh,
mean, I'm down. I'm down.
yeah, we had this
So
little
yeah,
part
no, the metal
close.
Look, I'm
playgrounds.
already ready.
I think what it was at metal playground, especially the slides. Not only would you burn yourself, but you would cut your hand because you tried to stop
All
yourself
you,
because it was god awful
all you
hot.
just get
And
that random electric shock when you go to grab it. Just,
Oh,
like
Zach,
what the fuck?
yeah.
have
Yeah.
Yeah.
have you
What
guys
the
How's this thing
seen?
fuck?
not grounded? How's this not
Right.
grounded?
Right.
Yeah, have you guys seen that video? There's a slide in Boston, and it was getting reports against it through the city that it's dangerous for kids, right? And it's
No, it was for
not a
adults.
metal
I know
slide.
exactly. You
I've
talking about
seen
the
I've
one where
seen a
that
few
cop
of them.
slid down it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the
But
cop. So like,
yeah, the mom slid down too. It was a mom. That's what I'm saying. It's just bad for adults. And kids were fine. Every adult that went down that video, either they went too fast or they just straight out of control.
that cop got shot out of that thing
Yeah.
so fast. Like you heard his equipment fall off and going down
Yeah, he's
faster
old.
than him, and then
He's old. I think the funny thing, you see his little speaker thing fly off, man. Oh,
oh my
man.
god, I was dying. I was like, yeah, I can understand if my kid comes shot out of that thing like that, I'd be a little upset too, for sure.
Oh,
So
man.
Mhm.
yeah,
I've seen
Shit,
I've
I was
seen my kids on slides like that before. Even nowadays, you're like one
do it
part they're
again.
fine, next part they're like 6 feet off the bottom.
yeah,
See,
Jesus.
I raised a little daredevil. Somebody go do it again. Like
you're right.
it's on
Yeah.
me.
Like, you better try
Hey,
to stand up
it's on me.
on take your shoes
Right.
off, put
Let
on
me
your
see.
socks.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Well, oh, that was a 10. You know, then this might get hurt. I feel bad, but I'm like, look, I told you.
Mhm.
But yeah, you told me to
Yeah.
do it. I'm like,
See,
do
my
it
son
again.
is he doesn't do he will like he's very, very cautious. So if he sees something, he's like, no, and he takes his sweet ass time. But the moment he finds out it's a safe thing, where it's definitely a bit of
Oh,
that
you
adrenaline, he's
got
like, oh, I'm doing it again.
that's
See, I was
your
one of those dads. Look, I broke my
yeah.
kids'
You gotta
trust.
encourage
I'm
you gotta
lying.
encourage that a little bit.
Yeah. I'm like, it's gonna be all right. And then they go, this is all terrifying. I'm like,
Yep.
did
Mhm.
you die? Did you die though?
Yeah.
Oh, I encourage the hell out of it, but he's too smart for his own
Oh,
good.
man.
So
Yeah.
you know,
That's what I've
Yeah,
been.
those
got
ones.
better though.
We tried to go to theme parks a couple of times and get my kids like, I want to go on some fun roller coasters or something, and they're just not about it yet. They can't
Right.
hang. Man,
I mean, I get it. I get it. So it's yeah, I mean there's a lot of things. What's some other things I'm trying to think of that shenanigans.
No, man. Just so many things I
oh
wouldn't fly, bro.
yeah, I got one. So
Uh,
like, grew up in Auburn, so near the Green River, and I remember like going and my parents dropping us off, uh, uh, up in like Flaming Geysers, the Black Diamond area, to go float the river. So we're on, the river. It's like a 4 to anywhere from like 4 to 6 hour float time to be able to do this, right? But you're on like those inner tubes from the inside of like old car tires, right? Or like the big truck inner tubes. So they got this
mm,
like big stem that sticks out of it that if you don't lay on it the right way, you're gonna, catch it to the ribs. Um, and if it's in the sun too long, it gets super hot.
that
You got to
thing's
remember
hot.
to like,
Yeah.
you got to remember to flip it over, like get it on the water for a minute. But like my brother is like 7 years older than me, and like so he was like the leader of this thing. So if he's like, what, he's still in the house, so like 16, 17 maybe. and he's taken him, you know, my cousin, a couple of me, like, so it's a bunch of kids under the age of 16, uh, going to float the river for 4 hours, no life jackets, like, it's not like we had bottles of water or food or anything like that. We just, like, hop
Just
on
out
this thing
there.
with a
Yeah.
football, and
Chugging.
these these
Yeah, that's what I was
old
gonna say
inner tubes and
earlier,
stuff. I'm
man.
like, to me, like, think about, like, just sending my kids out there now to do it, like,
Mhm. I was gonna
that's
add to that
wild.
earlier, like just send them out for hours at a time and like
Mhm,
I'll be, hey, how long y'all going? Who's bringing y'all back? Are y'all gonna
mhm.
be there? You know what I mean? 2 hours, 4 hours is too long. I've been talking about kids. I'm like, 4 hours. What are you guys gonna do for 4 hours? And as you
Right.
said it, like we used to have something to do for the whole 4 to 6 hours. You're at a point like you're trying to find the payphone, like call mom and see if she can wait to pick us up. You know, like
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah, yeah,
imagine like just sending my
we just
kids out
started a
that
new
long
gang.
nowadays.
We just
You
started
Do
a
know?
you
new gang.
feel I guess here's
Yeah,
the question, right? So some of the stuff that we got, how we were raised, right? There was a lot of, I guess you could say, well, I mean, definitely freedom. You know,
mhm,
if you obliged by the rules that were set, right? Which it sounds
Mhm.
like even for a lot of us, there wasn't a whole lot of them. So, and a lot of trial
uh,
and error, right? You
I
go
had
and
a
It was a
do
lot of
lot of
rules.
something.
rules. I just I just
I had
didn't
to be
follow 'em.
sneaky about it. Yeah, I had to be
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
sneaky
so
didn't
I
about
mean,
it.
there's a
follow
lot
'em.
of rules, but like there was a lot
I'm
of
just
right.
going over to Scott's house.
We fucked around and found out the street way, and you know
Mhm.
and then then we became parents, right? So do you find yourself obviously the climates are different now than they were back then, but there was just a lot of this freedom for you to like, hey, go figure it out, and we try to impart that on our kids to some degree. But do you find
Mhm.
yourself also at the same time certain things kind of going, I should, I want them to learn, but maybe not this lesson or whatever the case is. I mean, like, for
I gotta
example, my son plays
yeah.
in the parking lot here at my apartment complex. There's no other, it's just a parking lot. And I know I've talked about this on almost every episode. These other kids are like, little assholes.
Mhm.
And one of them is like 11. Anyways, but it's like, and some of the shit they're getting into are definitely like little boys things that probably even like when we were that age, probably even did to some degree. But I'm like, now is not the time to throw rocks on the other side of a fence where there are cars, because I remember I threw a football trying to throw it over a house and I broke a skylight and my dad had to pay for that shit. So
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
kinda how you said, man, it depends on like where we're staying at, like I kind of I don't know, man. I let my kids be kids because when I found out kids are gonna be kids anyway, like they're gonna go outside and play. You're gonna have your hand on it so much. Who's to say? So I kind of made to make sure my kids like just right or wrong. And if you come back and some bullshit happened and you were there, you was wrong for being there. So like as long as they know the basis, you see something happen, you walk away. Now that same kind of rules my parents came in like I kind of let them learn their life lessons. Like you go out there, something happens, you were there, you get in trouble with that group, and then you get in trouble with me when we get home. So now you knew your consequence, and you chose to partake in whatever shenanigans. So I kind of try not to like steer them away from life and just try to guide them. Then if we get there, then we get there.
So then let me
yeah.
ask you this, since you have the eldest kids of the three of us,
Mhm.
when do you think that started to be the mainstay? Or like, because obviously when they're younger you allow some of that, but we're definitely more protective of the younger ones. So at what age do you think that you were like, okay, you can go learn and then you're gonna find out?
Mm.
Ugh, shit, all their life. Me like, they're like when they're like 5 or 6, I'm like, stay in the front yard. You run off in the front yard, I come out. Are you in the backyard or neighbor's yard? It depends. Like then that's when the life lessons start. I'm start teaching you like you can't go no further than this because it's such and
Mhm.
such ways. So the older they got, the more freedom they got. But I kind
Yeah,
of like 5 to 6, your front yard. 6, 7, you don't leave that park unless another dog's there. Them type of things, like
yeah, yeah,
because like my kid, like you gotta experience it. Is my
yeah.
always been my philosophy. You gotta experience it,
Mhm.
man. And if you shelter them or if you kind of hinder it, that's when they start going to look and be sneaky about it. Cause like, I would have talked to dad about doing this, but I don't get to do these things. So let me be quiet. And that's kind of like how I experience life. I'm like, oh, let me ask my mom. I'm like, nope. Then end up sneaking out riding somebody's car. I shouldn't have been in. I become
Right.
experiencing things I shouldn't have seen. And now I'm a new teenager, you know?
That's what like I agree with you, Q. There, like if you hold back too much or hold on too tight,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then kids. I think the natural inclination is to get a bit sneaky, right?
Yeah.
Especially
'Cause you want to
especially if
see.
you're holding tight and your kid's getting bored. Like so, like if you're giving them time to be bored and you're holding too tight, and then they get a moment to get out, like I
They're gonna
think
find a
that
way to do whatever they want.
yeah, it's gonna go. You're gonna get a touch of freedom, then they're gonna get sneaky, and then they're gonna get into mischief, and and all that's I think kind of natural too. But like what I think you're saying is like giving them a framework to know that like when they're starting to reach that point, or when they're like when something's happening around them, they should have that intuition or that gut
Yeah.
feeling of like, oh shit, I shouldn't be here
I shouldn't
anymore,
be here.
and I
Exactly.
gotta go. Um, I don't think if you don't learn that as you're growing up, then yeah, like, having to go through some of those moments as an adult, I think could be
Yeah.
a lot more difficult, and the
Right.
consequences
I would
can be
say
a lot
even as
steeper
a
too.
teenager, because you have, like, more emotional attachments to your friend, like, when you're in that teenage
Mhm.
phase, so it'd be harder to break away. So, like, I kinda did it
Mhm.
young, like so my kids when they're young, like, they know, like, alright, like, my son, like, if you're around that smoking, do whatever, they're just not kicking it with you. It's automatically, like, they
Mm.
wouldn't even feel right. So I feel like if you started young, like, they have that feeling like, "Hold on, you're not even the type of friend I wanna be around." But
Right.
like you said, if you keep them close and don't, they won't never be turned to difference. And then if you once you have teenagers, you see how manipulated other people kids are and other teenagers are to teenagers. And
Oh, yeah.
like they don't if they don't have that mental thing to say themselves, you're in the world of like your kid being a follower, or they're doing it because Tim has trouble at home. Like I tell my kids
Right.
like their trouble's not your trouble. You know
Right.
better, we can help. Like so you kind of like want to
Mhm.
start the groundwork, like and let them see if your teachers are sticky, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, because there's times I will look out the blinds. I wouldn't even say that. I just watch how my kid handle the situation, avoid the fight, or kids are throwing rocks, and watch my kids just walk away. Then I don't even have to say that. I just close the blinds and be like, "That's the fuck I'm talking about."
Yeah.
There you go. The other
Mhm.
kids, as I see police coming, them two kids over, I'm like, see? I'm like, see, son? I'm like, yeah, dad. I know, I didn't even like it. I'm like, cool, you little square. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't even like
Yeah, you don't say
Yeah.
that part, but I'm like, because you know you're dead.
Uh,
No, I mean, I get that because, like, with my stepkids, there were times they just, I mean, I get it to some degree, right? A bit of a broken home when they were growing up. A lot of things happened that affected them, but they didn't realize that it affected them later on. Remember having a conversation with them of just certain things that like their mom would recall, but they kind of blacked out and like trauma responses and stuff like that. But it definitely played a part in like how they're raised and or like how they experience life going forward on certain things. And it was, I remember certain aspects of it just going, trying to teach them like the right things, but they were just rebellious on every single thing. There was, they would always compare, obviously this happens, but compared to other
There we
parents
go.
and yeah, right. There it is. Fuck.
finally,
Um,
jeez.
Finally, Jesus. I know. And then I had another light go out on me, so it's a hot mess over here today. But trying to, I guess, put it right some wrongs in a way, but there's only so much you can do, especially as a step parent, and they're definitely, when they get to the teenage level, they're like, you're not my real parent. I don't need to
Ooh, I
listen to
can
you,
imagine.
and so it was definitely a
That'd be rough.
battle for some of those things because and granted this is also there were times where my marriage was on the rocks and going down the wrong path, so then you're dealing with not co-parenting, you're dealing with double parenting, right? So if I said one thing, then the kids would go and ask the mom the same thing, knowing that they're going to get a different response, and not mention that they talked to me or whatever. I already told them, so there was a lot of this like, yeah, whatever. I remember there was a lot of things where like they got in trouble and I grounded them, and their normal behavior would be their mom would ground them, and then they would be stay grounded for one day, and they knew that if they were annoying enough at the house that their mom would cave and let them go out and do things. And then with me, I wasn't having that, and so then they were being even more rebellious because they're just like, it's not fair, our mom lets us do this, and the mom would kind of give some support and be like, well, you heard him, and that was it. It's like, but then near the end it was like there was no anything. It was just like
Yeah, it's kinda
basically screw you.
Yeah.
And so it's, kind of like what you said, Q, like don't be a follower, right? And
Mhm.
trying to impart that on these kids. And so like I feel like with my stepkids,
Ooh,
they
I
became
can imagine.
followers for sure because they wanted
I
to
can just
feel like they
imagine how
belonged.
frustrating that was.
Yeah, to feel like they belong. They didn't feel like certain ways from at least my perspective, and I'm sure they're gonna be, great humans as time goes on and things like that. They're older now. They're what, 18 and 19.
Mhm.
So kind of definitely kind of, hey, life is going to hit you sideways now. So let's see how this goes.
Right.
And I think I have a little bit of a fear too because of how they are. Some of that stuff has not changed, and my son is around that too. So it's like I hope that he figures it out on some levels with his own. So
Man, he definitely like will, man. Like I would always like me and Tyler said a few episodes, advocating sports, man. Like I grew
yeah,
up like if you want to fix that, like put him in like if you put him in like adverse situations, like you tend to like to lean on your own thinking. You get to see your own, like you get to see you, and that's kind of
right.
like I raised my kids, man. Like so, kind of the some of the things that we would do, like that would fly down. I would still encourage my kids to hang out that way, like kept in competitive atmospheres, like I had the kids out here playing pick 'em up, bust 'em up not too long ago. A lot of parents, you see that now, they think kids it's a gang fight. You know what I'm saying?
Picking
Yeah.
what?
Pick 'em up, bust 'em up, or smear the queer, whatever you
Oh
used to
yeah,
call
okay,
it.
okay.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
like
Canceled.
you don't
Canceled.
right, but but like we had to change the words, so we called it sharks and middles because we got it from like the football program I ran.
Oh,
So
dude,
like,
they be playing that
Oh.
out here with my
yeah, so
Sharks
kid.
and
like
minnows
you
a little
know,
different than that.
it's a little
What I
softer
see.
version, but
Yeah.
But
It's the
it
it's
still
the
gets chaotic if you
it's
let the
the
kids just
the
run and
the
don't
watered
organize it.
down version.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But man,
water. Yeah.
yeah, you teach them in
It's like the Perrier
like
version.
now.
That's
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So like my little neighborhood, I call it like the suburbs in like the project. We stay in the south end of Tacoma, like one way in there, and like the kids playing basketball. Like it's like I see a community that I haven't seen since I was a kid in the '90s. Everybody's at that basketball court from sun up to sundown playing basketball. It goes from
Mm.
basketball to soccer to kickball to baseball. Now they're sitting at the thing, take a snack break, and like they all get along. Like it's
Yeah.
peaceful,
Yeah. I
you
love
know.
that, dude.
Yeah, I will.
It's sad to look around
I
at
was gonna
parks
say,
nowadays and see them all empty,
So
like
yeah,
yeah.
like the
damn.
courts. Yeah, nobody at the
Right.
courts, nobody, on the in the fields, like playing pickup games.
Mhm.
Like
Well,
I
I
don't
mean, I'm
know.
a big proponent for sports for my son, and I think now he's finally like we're doing jujitsu, and he's
Yeah,
consistent,
that's
and
gonna teach
I've
them.
got his mom's support that she's going to take him on the days that when
Yeah.
she has him, and so, but I'm not letting him quit either. Like I got to make sure that she, I've talked to her about that. Like he must go 3 days a week at minimum,
Yeah.
and she used
And
to try to do this with her kids. And I remember there was a day where like my stepson wanted to play soccer. So she bought him the cleats and the shin guards and the soccer ball and all these other things. And, then I was like, cool, let's dabble. Like I got some skills. Let's work on some things in the backyard. And he just wanted to fucking kick the ball as hard as he wanted. And it ended up going over the fence a few times. We get it back, but like could not have the patience to be coached like with me. So I was like, okay. Well, then he would go to soccer practice, and when the weather was nice, oh yeah, he's all about it. As soon as it rained, the first time they had a practice or game in the rain, like he opted out, and not only did he opt out, his mom opted out real fast. She's like, "I'm not standing in the rain, so you can go ahead and quit."
That's the
So
herder
it created a
Mm.
culture of
of
and a
quitting.
mindset of quitting, right? Oh, hey, you do
Quitting.
this for however long, it's going to go well. And then they were also
Uh,
forced to do things. And so it's like with Calvin, he actually brought up that he wanted to do jujitsu. And then I think his mom said something, oh, he wants to do karate. I was like, he's not doing karate. We're gonna stick with jujitsu. It's gonna be a lot better for him. She's like, oh, okay. I was like, out of the two of us, I'm the martial arts guy, so we're gonna go with that one.
He said,
But it's
push
like
the foot down.
as he gets older, he's going to, like you said, and all three of us are testaments to it as well. Like if you play sports, it builds this one camaraderie and community, but it builds
Mhm.
discipline. And you, even when you're around shisty folk and maybe do some shisty things from time to time, at the end of the day, you're not going to go to the extreme levels because you're around other people that
Right. You
make a
got
difference in the
morals.
community,
yeah.
Right.
that would check you. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's been times where there are certain things that I have said and done or was going to do, and some other friends were in that area, and they're like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Getting called out and like,
Yeah.
oh,
I don't know, but
Yeah.
some of the worst trouble I got into was with like football teammates though. Like
I
throwing
Yeah.
mean,
big
I'm
that's
about
parties
to
and
say.
also
stuff,
a thing
That's just
too,
part of his
right?
character. Yeah,
No, it's not perfect.
yeah.
It's not a
That's
perfect
just one of
style.
those. Yeah.
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 It's not
Not
always
a
Yeah.
perfect, but there's
perfect
some
style.
of those ones that like,
I would just
hey,
say it's less than
yeah,
other
Mm,
guys.
mm.
A little bit
Gotta,
less.
you're gonna have the
yeah.
Hey, and then
instigators,
you
but
look
then you're gonna
because
have
you
other
have the
people
whole
that are gonna be
team that's
like,
gonna take that L with you. Like you don't say nothing, I don't say nothing. We're
yeah,
all
yeah.
getting off.
Uh-huh.
You know
It's the
what I'm saying?
little devil and angel on one side,
There's that one
So
snitch
Yeah.
though. That one snitch comes
Right.
out.
There's
You know,
always
take
one
the whole
gets shit.
house down.
Facts.
oh, what
Like,
was it? My
Don't be the
stepson
snitch.
said that once. He
right.
was like, he actually said, now mind you, he is, a quarter Samoan, but he looked whiter than white. And he said one day he's got in trouble or something like that. He's like, I ain't no snitch. Snitches get stitches. And I was like, you don't know any of that. Like, boy, if I flinch hard enough, you're going down. Like, you better come correct. Like, don't act like you hard because you're not, right? God.
We started using that phrase with our kids like early on too.
Yeah, I did too though. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. My kids, they do that as babies.
All old
And you can
habits.
just tell, you can tell when one tone or the other one, because one to just give that look. I'm like, oh, so they did it. They're like, see,
Mhm.
this is why. And then they start to tell it on each other. And then, not know everything.
Retaliation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, such and such
Yeah.
get in trouble when they did this. I'm like, well, I didn't catch them, and now you just told on them. So thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to let them know you told on them too. Could have just took your ass.
Yeah. No, you got to bring other people down now, huh? All right.
Right. Oh, me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
let them know.
there's so many things that like
That's rough, but I love it.
Yeah,
that's
thank you.
good.
Thank you.
That's why I'm grateful that I only have the one, right? Like I had the
Right.
two other stepkids and I got to deal with a lot of that too. Like they would dime each other out left and right. Like
And that's when
not
it's
because
fun,
of
though.
trying, like it was just like a vicious cycle. Like if one was getting in trouble for something, well, so and so did this. Oh, cool. Now you both like what? And it just like they actually purposely tried to get the other person in trouble all the time, or that
Yeah,
not only
that's
did you
kids for
snitching
you.
on them, but it was like, hey, I'm going to tell you what they did, but I'm going to show you that I'm not doing that, and look how good I'm doing. It's like you up to something. You did
That sound
something.
about right.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
sound about right.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how do you go about stopping that cycle? How do you stop the kids from wanting to because I mean I see that from time to time, like,
Mhm.
your one kid will do something, the other, well, they did this first. It's like,
Right.
I
how do
think
you
it's
stop
just
that from being the jump off
what. Well, one, I think it's
first
just
thing
human
to come out
reaction,
of their
right?
head?
Especially when you've got as you get older, like the emotions are just flooding in, right? And so if you feel wronged or it's just a normal thing, like, hey, was that the phrase misery loves company, right? So if they're getting in trouble for something that they know that their sibling did but didn't get caught, it's like, well, if I'm going down, it's just like I think human nature to some degree. I think the biggest thing is really preaching honesty as best you can, right? I mean, I
I think
feel like there's going to
sticking
be
together too though, like
Yeah, and I mean,
You know.
I don't know. I'm gonna default to you guys on this one because the way I look at it, I kind of failed in
So,
that realm with my stepkids. But like now
so
with my kid, I even at 6, like I have to preach to him, like that little shit has done some shady things from time to time, and like lied about certain things, and I'm like, bro, we can't have that. Like, I need you to be honest with me. It's like you're not in trouble, unless it's something bad, but it's like lying to me on certain aspects. It's like, well, let's not start that trend.
Uh-huh.
Just being upfront with it. And I think even when you have siblings within close age proximity, that's gonna happen. I mean, I didn't deal with it a lot with my sister because my sister is 6 years younger than me. So there was not a lot of like doing the same
Crossover.
things or
Yeah.
yeah, and hanging out with the same people. I remember I went I went to my parents' house. They live in Eastern Washington, Moses Lake at the time. I drove over there with my homie to visit them and found out my sister was going on her first date that weekend. So I got to play big brother role, but it was a lot of fun, but it didn't have the same like connection as I guess you could say it would normally would because there's a good chunk of my sister's like teenage years I wasn't around for.
Yeah.
I moved out when I was 18 and she was at that time, she hadn't even turned 12, so she was 11. So from 11 until I think 16 was when her first official date was. Like I wasn't even at the house. So
Yeah.
there was no
Formidable years.
yeah. And if I did do something that was sketchy or wrong, I had big brother powers at that time to be like, don't you say anything to mom and dad. And it worked
Yeah.
till years later. So well, we
we're-
have been on for over an hour. I mean, with the
Yeah.
mishaps.
Yeah. Um,
Well, anything else you guys want to add to the topic of things that would not get away with now?
all right. I don't know about getting away with, but just I think it's something that was really dumb. Like you were talking about throwing
Mhm.
rocks, right? So there's two things. Like I don't know what it was about like having battles. Like one of my good friends growing up, the first time I met him was like a
Uh-oh.
neighbor across the street had kind of like a derelict backyard, but it had apple trees in it that had those little crab
Yeah.
apples. And
Yeah.
I was out front with one of my friends at the time playing, and he started throwing apples at us. I was like, "What? Like, no, I don't think so." So I went over and grabbed some apples, and we got in this like apple fight. And
Yeah, we used to have
then
rock
after
wars
that, it
and
was like,
shit like
"Okay,
that.
we're friends now." And then we noticed that there was a hornet's nest up in one of the trees. So we're like, let's stand back and see who hits it first, right? And like, I was like, where where's the brain at? So in our heads, it's like, well, yeah, we can outrun that. If we're far enough away, they're not going to find us. And I only got
Facts.
stung a
That's how
couple
we,
of times from it, but like,
so did you
what
ever
kind
have
of
those big
dumbass thing is that to do?
right?
Right.
Hey, so we used to do something similar, like the big orange bats that came with like the plastic wiffle ball that you never found again. We used to always just
Hmm.
take those bats and hit rocks and like
Oh yeah,
it
boom.
always would end
Yeah.
up, yeah, try to hit the farthest pebble till somebody cracked the window or something, and now you just drop the
Hmm.
bat and run. So
Yeah.
like now if you did that, man, it's just oh my god, you probably go back then. Parents was cool, your parents talked it out. Maybe they got an argument, but it was like the model kids were kids. It's kind of
Right.
like
Yeah.
that model, just like now people want to fight your kids, people fighting kids, kids like it's just like people don't let kids be kids no more. So
Right.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
why we can't do a lot of shit we used to do no more. Because I don't know, some weird standing. I don't know what it is, where that stopped. That mantra.
Yeah.
I think it just people became more protective.
Yeah.
I think
So
it's I think
also,
it's social media, man. Like
yeah,
and
that's a
Yeah.
big thing.
news feeds. People see like the worst of humanity like daily too. Like if you
There's no
really
good news
detach from that
anymore.
for if you detach from that for like a month or two or three, like I'm always surprised that like if I quit going on social media for a while, how much less like on guard I am. Not saying I'm just like
Mhm.
Well, I
walking
will
around all
Yeah,
say,
I might
willy
have to
nilly or
try it.
nothing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
but
I
Well,
will
I can see
say
just
that.
that like the big thing for me, because obviously we're on social media, I only look really at like the dad strong page, right? Because
yeah.
if you look at a lot of the things that we follow, it's more uplifting. Some of the other dad pages that we follow, that follow us too, I see some things and I'm like, it's got a little bit of a negative connotation for dads, like, oh, tired, stressed out. I'm like, well, fucking duh, join the party, right?
Yeah.
But there's definitely more positive types of things on there, and I try to definitely keep it that way. So if you guys are ever scrolling on our feed, that helps with that, right? So it's like some of the stuff that's on my personal feed, it's like sports related or some of the political aspects, and I'm like, yeah, I can go down a rabbit hole, and so I try to stay away from it. So that's been my new thing, is just like focusing only on our brand, and everything that we do and we talk about has really kind of changed my perspective on a lot of things. It's like, okay, hey, I back in this positive mindset again of just working on it and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with like any social media slash YouTube. I mean, I've kicked my son off of kids YouTube for the last 2 weeks, at least when he's with me. I don't know if I shared this story with you guys once before. I think I did, like not on the podcast, but in person. He watched a YouTube video where it was a little panda that was basically like, I'm an angry toddler and I'm destroying grandma, is the title of this video. And it was a half-hour thing. And after he watched that, he did not want to go near my mom. He did not want to talk to her. He did not want to interact with her. He was rude to her on the regular. And I was like, oh, I mean, it took a couple months to break that for a little bit. Like that was in his head, and he watched the whole damn episode. So then it's like, oh, hey, it's kids YouTube. Everything's for them. And it's like, actually, there's a lot of sketchy shit on there. So it's like, no, you're
I
not.
keep my
You're not
kids away
getting
from
on there.
YouTube in general. Like, unless I know
Yeah. I mean,
what they're watching.
now he talks about the dart monkey and the sniper monkey and all this stuff. So
Yeah. Also, like I think it is really important to curate your feed if you are going to be on social media, right?
yeah,
And just kind of be like on guard on like what's getting fed to you, because like even when I had deleted Instagram months ago, and like since we started this back up, put it back on my phone, like
right.
it's like, oh, you're a 40-year-old male, like, oh, you're gonna like this,
Right.
and like just kept feeding me all this garbage.
Mhm.
And
It
from
definitely
just
do.
like not interested, not interested, not interested, like interested, like I had to pick,
Yeah.
be deliberate
Yeah.
on what I picked to watch. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it just keeps
Yeah,
coming
just
at you.
like
But
I'm a definitely proponent of that.
yeah, but going back
Well,
real
you
quick
gotta
to more
go
little
ahead.
kid stuff, the rascally things, real fast. All right, two of them. One, water balloons. So at my
Oh
cousin's
yeah.
house when we were kids, I don't remember, one of my uncles brought us water balloon launchers, but he made them himself, and he was an engineer. So like he got like that surgical tubing and made like a little like square patch. So you could pull these things back like, 12 feet. So it'd take three people to operate it, two people standing out front and one person pulling back the balloon. But we had two of them. So we'd stand almost a block away from each other. And it was getting later in the evening, and we'd launch them up in the air. And the rule was is you couldn't move, right? So it was like Battleship. and
Yeah. That
and
the
you just like stand
undodgeable.
there, and you'd hear this water balloon like snap, like hit the ground right next to you, like, oh shit. Like
Right.
just know it's
Oh
coming.
man.
And then you guys will like this one. We my cousins and I, we played a game called Balls in the Dark. You familiar with this one?
That just
Nah.
nope.
Nah. Enlighten me, please.
So
Enlighten
no,
me,
like
sir.
so in my
Enlightening is the
cousins.
thing. That you balls in the dark. That sounds like a
Yeah.
bad Diddy party right there.
This didn't involve the uncles. Okay, this didn't involve the uncles.
No
But also, like
business
down
here,
in
huh?
their basement, it was a long hallway. So it was basically like the older kids versus like, so my brother, and like he had a group of cousins that were the same age as him, and then like me, I had a group of cousins the same age as me. So there's like 3-on-4, 4-on-4, and you'd stand on either end of the hallway, and we'd get all the like tennis balls, dodgeballs, whatever ball that you could throw at somebody without causing too much damage. And
Mhm.
you'd each start out with half of those, and then you'd turn off the lights and just start throwing them, beaming them down the hallway at the other group, and basically go until
I can see
somebody
that.
like started crying and quit.
Hey,
And
so I don't think we
yeah,
called it
so
that, but we played a game
was balls
similar.
in the dark.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think we called it that, but I remember playing something similar, most definitely.
You both
I
are
would
on
say
your own on
one
that one.
I have one
Hey.
game that I would not let my kids play that we used to play that you just reminded me of. We used to have Roman candle fights. We used to light the
Oh,
sparkler
yeah.
was. Oh man, we
Yeah.
would light it. Man, I remember I got this burning on my nipple. Man, I remember I was getting shot. Pow, and my shirt was on
Oh.
fire. And my dad's just right there laughing, like full bloods on,
Yeah.
egging my cousin on to just shoot some more. Shoot some more at him. And now, yeah, I
Hey.
wouldn't do that, buddy.
I grew up
I
downhill
did it with my
from the
kids.
muckle shoots. There's fireworks for days
Yeah.
around
Oh
there
yeah, you already
on
know.
4th of
Yeah.
July. Yeah.
I did that a
Yeah,
bunch of
Roman
times too, for
candles,
sure.
bottle rockets, mortars.
Yeah.
Mortar wars.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Dude, I
yeah,
saw.
yeah. Yeah,
Just
that's
I
it.
saw.
Wow.
I still don't
There's
know
like
if I have full
a-
feeling in my thumbs anymore from
Yeah.
what's going off.
There's a
Yeah.
there's a husband wife on social media. I saw they post videos of like pranks all the time, and the wife went into the bathroom and the husband lit a bottle rocket on the floor, shot right underneath the door in the bathroom, right as he was in the toilet. I was like,
I love
dead.
that.
Somebody's dying. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, good times.
That's great. Yeah, fireworks. Yeah, those.
I mean, we could go
Those
on
are
and on about.
supervised. Those are supervised
Right, yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, we could definitely go on and on about all the things that we have done that
All
would
the
definitely not
things.
fly. But we'll put a pin in that for today.
That's fair. That's fair.
Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Teach your kids right and wrong, and hopefully
Yes,
hopefully it'll stick.
That's right.
Remember,
Remember, we do the
close to
best we
right and wrong
can
as
with the
we can.
information that we have and how we do things. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
all right. So that is today's topic. Let's end it off with some more jokes, and then we'll tell you how to find us and all the fun stuff, and we'll get the hell out of here. Here you go, Q. This one's for you. Why do cows
me
wear
specifically.
bells?
A cow joke. I should know this. No. Why do cows wear bells?
Because they're musical. I don't know.
Ooh, okay, I like that. I like that.
Mhm.
Reach.
Because their horns
Right.
don't work.
Ah, uh, my math teacher called me average. How mean. Eh? Well, a little math joke for you?
Little math joke?
Right.
Why was Cinderella so bad at soccer?
Ooh.
Oh, something about glass.
For you
Can't
two
keep her
gentlemen
shoes
that
off.
participate in soccer. Come on.
Cleats, boots.
Right, she couldn't keep a cleat.
Oh no, yeah.
Right.
Why?
She kept running away from the ball.
Nah, okay, I get it.
All
It's
right, all right.
midnight.
I was on the wrong.
Right. No,
Wrong
being all
part of the
positive and
story.
technical. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? All positive about it.
I know you guys are like
Alright.
cleats, foul.
Feet. All right. What does the sign on an out of business brothel say?
An out of business brothel.
Brothel, yes,
That-
sir.
Staff was laid off.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Oh,
You got what?
No, I got
Beat
nothing.
it. We're closed. Was a good one.
all right. Let's see. Okay. I broke my finger last week. On the other hand, I'm okay.
Ooh, what's that? I need one. All my
used-
jokes are down.
You got one? Okay. I
No,
used to be
no,
addicted
no.
to soap. I'm clean
What
now,
happened?
though.
I was about to say.
I get that.
What did the tomato say to the other tomato during a race?
I'm gonna catch up.
Yes. Just catch up.
Just catch up. Okay.
Solid. About time. It's been a few weeks since you got one.
Okay.
I'm still around.
Why can't you trust the king of the jungle?
He's always lying.
He's always lying.
I got me one. He got me one. I'm messing my jokes on that one.
Dude,
I got me one in 13 episodes.
Yeah, Q got so excited. He was like, you watch it back, he turned, he goes, wait, I know this one.
Give this man a slow
I was on the list of my jokes.
Just,
Thank you.
Man, but keep it slow, otherwise you won't understand it.
You dropped another joke in it. Touche, my friend. Touche.
Do you guys watch the roast of Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Did you see the one with The Rock? He was like, Draymond
Jeez.
Green's here. He's got the laziest black name out there. He's like, you just put a D in front of Raymond. He was like, that's retarded.
That wasn't The Rock that was saying that one though, was it?
Yeah, it was.
The Rock on that one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, people were picking on Draymond's name quite a bit, but yeah, the retarded one was all The Rock.
Retarded.
So, yeah.
I once got into an argument with an elevator.
He was always going up.
I took that shit to a whole different level though.
I'll say. And which days are the strongest?
Which days are the strongest?
Mm-hmm.
Sundays?
Fuck. I feel like
Saturdays,
I know.
Saturday and Sunday, the rest are weekdays.
Yeah.
It was well, good pleasure.
All right. So I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, man, but I was tripping all day.
Oh, me.
I'm gonna end with that one for me. That's it.
That's a good one.
You said drops mic.
Trying to find a good one here.
Imagine a great night's sleep with up to
Why did the Scarecrow win an award?
Oh,
He
I
was
just read it.
outstanding in his field.
In the field.
Yeah.
We got
Damn it!
that's
Now I
the
need
time.
another. I need another one.
Give me my
God damn
flowers.
it.
I'll take half of that one. Give it to you.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna end on this one. What goes up and down but doesn't move?
Up and down. It doesn't move.
Oh, I got like a religious
I know this
joke
one.
to make on this one, but I'll leave that one.
Yeah, this is definitely a corny one for sure.
Oh, okay. I
What
was gonna
is
say
it?
like Mormons, but
That's
Nope.
funny.
Stairs.
No, you motherfucker.
up and down, but okay.
Yeah, they don't move.
Yep.
Q, you got one more?
No, I'm out. I got to get a new list. I feel like we said all these.
Have to come prepared next week.
Yeah, I need a new list.
I'll give you one
Unless
more.
we're having
So
all the lovely issues today. So
I don't trust
Thanks.
atoms. They make up everything.
Who said that?
this is coming from the guy who's like, I'm gonna leave it on that one. Wait, just one
Right,
more.
I
Hold
got
on.
one more. He's having a little too much fun with this guys.
All right, we'll call that good there. So, everybody, we appreciate you tuning in, listening. However you listen, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, however you want to take in our lovely banter. So we do really, really appreciate it. If you're looking how to follow us, dadstrong253.com has all the links. So we definitely, if you like what we have to say, you want to participate, anything like that, make sure you hit that like button and definitely smash that subscribe button for sure.
Subscribe.
On however you listen to us. We appreciate the support. Once again, dadstrong253.com. sibling.com is how you can find all of our links. So on one, finding all of our content, whether it be all the socials, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, as I mentioned already. Also, if you're looking for some merch, our store is live. We're going to be putting some more stuff in
Check it
there.
out.
I don't know if you can see
Let's
the
go.
shirt. I got a shirt on today that's from us. We've got some hats on there now, so we're going to be putting together some more things. So that is on there as well. And some other couple things. If you're looking for a healthier snack for your kids, go to deutschfoods.com. That's DOICH foods.com and place an order there. Use the code DadStrong253 and you get 20% off. So really, really good stuff. I made some cookies with it. I just ordered the variety pack. I'm very excited. So I'm going to be sharing that when I get that bad boy in. Real delicious. And like I said, if you're looking for that win with the kids, definitely go with that one. I think that's about all I got. Any last words, gentlemen, before we sign off?
Now just tap in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, once again, thank you again. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Adios.
Good.